And welcome in as we are about to go live for the DE Turf Game of the Week, sponsored by the National Guard. My name is Nick Halliday, and I'm joined by Benny Mitchell. Benny, how are we doing tonight?
It's nice, warm, and windy. Other than that, we're doing great.
That sun, how's that sun on the screen for you there?
It's getting ready to drop, so we're going to be in business here as soon as we get the scoreboard up.
Yeah, it's not our first rodeo here, huh, Benny? So anyway, we got two different teams heading two different directions. As we had our pregame interview with both coaches and players, Montreal Jones from Polytech, and then Matt Prestipino from Cape Henlopen. And like they talked about, these two schools aren't far away, Benny. So
no.
He's
probably close to an equal distance here.
Yeah,
this is
exactly
here.
Here.
Both, Polytech sits there on right in the bottom half, or in the southern part of Cesar Rodney School District,
Mm-hmm.
and Cape Henlopen, of course, in Lewis, right along near the beach.
Exactly. So, however, Cape Henlopen is our number one ranked team in the state right now, having beat everyone they've played, including the juggernaut Salesianum this year. And then their only two losses have come to two teams outside, which is the Bullis Academy and Ocean City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So Polytech 1-7 is going to have a tough fight today against this Cape Henlopen team.
A funny thing, you talk about, the loss to Ocean City, the win over Salesianum. It's going to get interesting end of the year because Ocean City has one loss this year to Salesianum.
Wow.
So
that's interesting.
It could get interesting, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I believe Polytech is the home team here today, correct?
They are, correct, yeah. And like Coach said, it's been Coach Gilmore said, hey, it saves us from having to take a trip all the way down and for them to have to come all the way up. And we got a great crowd here. We got some of the youngsters coming over to watch this game. And like Chris Giacomucci talked about earlier, who's the head of the DE Turf, it's a big complex with a lot of fields and a lot of things going on here. So a lot of youth camps, too, as he talked about. So we're about to get underway. Unfortunately, Mr. Coach Gilmore does not like to share numbers on his rosters.
That's going to be tough.
So we're going to be calling out some
numbers.
Numbers.
Numbers, that's
until we can get everybody lined up here. I think I have a few, but I don't want to be wrong. So, and we're about to get underway at our first draw of the game. And ground balls are going to be huge in this, and there's a first one. And that's actually going to be picked up and on the run by Cape Henlopen, and that's Benjamin Weathersby. He hands it off. Cape Henlopen on the start. It's Henry D'Ambrosi, a freshman, starting on this team. Of course, he's this coach's son.
He's a big-time player for them, too.
Yeah, he is, actually. And they're going to be without Luke D'Ambrosi. I think he's been out for a couple. There's a first shot goal already, and that's Andre Curry with his first for Cape Henlopen.
Andre Curry, another two-sport athlete. We talked about Weathersby. Weathersby, a defensive end on the football team, and Curry, a wrestler for the Cape Henlopen Vikings.
Yeah, and Andre Curry comes out quick, takes a shot straight down into the ground. Nice bounce shot. First one goes in, so we get underway with our first goal from the number one ranked Cape Henlopen Vikings. Benny, nice night out here. A little windy.
Yes, I've never been here when it wasn't windy.
Got some rolling open fields here, so we'll get underway here. Second face-off. It's a ground ball, and it's going to be picked up by the long stick, number 25. Number 14 with the shot, ground ball, but it's saved. And a great save by Baxter Travis. And Cape is outrunning already, and this is number 21, Jaden Davis, who looks over to Gregory Boyce.
For those of you watching not familiar with the Henlopen Conference, Cape Henlopen is in the light blue jerseys.
Oh, quick shot already, and there's another goal, and that's William Bragg.
Cape Henlopen in the light blue jerseys with the navy blue helmets. Polytech in the white jerseys, black helmets.
You're right, Benny. Sorry about that. We should have said that at the start, but just wanted to get things
Get things
underway. We had
rolling,
some
right?
technical difficulties a little earlier. We did not get our pregame interviews up before the game, but we will play them at halftime. And that was a good couple of interviews from both teams. So
Yeah, two well-spoken athletes.
yes.
And this is Henlopen Conference play here, Northern Division today. And you can hear the wind whistling through our
Microphones,
through our
yeah.
microphones.
I turned the field mic down a little bit because the wind coming through. Here's another ground ball. Nice little battle. It's kicked ahead. And it's going to go out off of Cape Henlopen. And that was the face-off specialist, William Ott, does it with the long stick. White ball.
Ott's a three-sport athlete for the Vikings.
Oh, wow. There's another turnover. Now Cape Henlopen's already back down in the box, ready to score again. That's Gregory Boyce running around about to set up a play. Jack Dennis, one of the seniors on his team, looking for it. Good defense by number 29. It's kicked back out. Cape Henlopen taking their time right now. Had a couple of quick, nice shots. Working in the middle, only for the ball to come loose, but it's going to be picked up again. Number 22, Gregory Boyce for Cape Henlopen. And Benny, this team scores from all over.
Yeah, they do.
Everyone on there, they're like Coach Gilmore talked about. He tries something in the middle, but it's blocked by the goalie.
He said, he talked about their loss to Ocean City, and what Polytech said they had to do here today is they had to play mistake-free. And like he said, Ocean City, the good teams can make you make mistakes.
Correct. Yeah, nice save by number 19, the goalie from Polytech, but he's going to turn it over, and that was Jack Dennis with a nice shot.
And again, Polytech fans watching, we're not giving names because we don't have any numbers. We have a list of names, but no numbers.
We're going to get a pen here shortly and see if we can't get some fans to help us out.
We know who number 3 is because that's who we interviewed.
Oh, and a quick shot. Speaking of number 3, that's James Hyde, the senior, with his first goal for Cape Henlopen. Yeah, we know who Montreal Jones is because we actually interviewed him today. We'll get one of their loyal fans to come over and give it to us.
That's what we'll do. At the end of the quarter, see what we can do.
There's a 3-goal lead already here by Cape Henlopen.
Yeah, we talked about the wind out here.
I know, you can hear it in the mics.
Well, you can hear it in the mics, but and I left the windscreens home. It's windy out here every time we come. It's this wide open area.
Mm-hmm.
Where those woods are, way off in the distance.
It's going to be a face-off violation, and
ball goes to Polytech.
Yep, they got a chance here to get their first offense set up, get it into the box. Right now they got a couple of subs coming on. We'll see then what they can do their first time on defense. You can see it's stymieing defense, and the ball's loose already, picked up, and that's number 21, Jaden Davis, on the run, looking up ahead. He's got a cutter in the middle. Throw it around to the X player, and that's ground ball, no good.
Go out.
But it's going to be Cape Henlopen's ball.
Lacrosse, the one game that you can throw it out of bounds and get it
and
back.
Go get it.
Go get it
well,
back.
It's got to be a shot.
It's got to be a shot.
Yeah.
It's got to be closest to it. But
exactly, yeah.
But I cannot think of another game where you get the ball, goes off you, and have the possibility to get it back.
Here's a cutter. Here's Dennis. Nice move. Oh, post.
Off the post. Another thing about this Cape Henlopen team, Nick, is they're fast.
Yes, very fast. We got to see him.
Offense and defense.
Got to see him. I was behind the camera. Here's a shot. Nice save by the goalie, number 19. Yeah, I got to see him last Saturday against a really tough Archmere team, and it was a tale of two halves, but, Archmere came out, and gave up 6 goals.
Polytech's got to get this ball across the line.
Yeah, got 10 seconds, and there it is. White stepped out. A lot of markings on this field, so you got to pay attention. But it's going to be a turnover, and here's...
I was watching the JV game, and the referee forgot to ask which lines they were using.
Yeah, there's a lot of markings on this field. And that's number 9, Adam Techman. He's another one of the key players for this Cape. And like we talked about, I said earlier, there could be a lot of them. Gabriel Best, one of their best players, actually. Here's Dennis again with the shot down low. And it's in.
Kind of trickled in there. So 3 or 4-0 for Cape Henlopen. They're off to a quick start.
Yeah, and they work fast, like you said. One thing you'll notice is they're very, sorry about that, I got some bugs on the papers here. They're very physical, and they're very fast.
You know, we did the Lake Forest Milford game earlier in the year, and the one thing I saw difference, and maybe it's the smaller schools, the bigger schools, there's a much more physical game when you have the Cape Henlopens and the Slazams and the Caesar Rodneys.
That is true.
And
that is true.
The Lake Forest Milford game was not a lot of contact, a lot of finesse in that game.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's part of the game, you know, and you got to have, in order to win, you got to play mistake-free and play your game, and that's one of the things that Cape Henlopen prides themselves on is the physicality and speed. We're back underway. Cape's back down in the offense.
Expecting to hear Sweet Georgia Brown here in a second. Move that ball around.
They are. They're moving it around nicely. They're a well-oiled machine, like I said when I saw them play against Archmere.
Well, they beat Archmere by, what, 10?
It was 15-7. Yeah. I think it was 15-7 final, but they shut them out in 3 quarters. There's a ground ball and a nice move by Gregory Boyce. He's going to get on the board. Wait a minute. Oh, nope, they gave him the... But I think there's going to be a penalty, but no, there isn't.
5-0 for the Vikings.
Right now, they're just trying to decide and get ready to see where that play is going to go. I thought they said that the goal did count. And now it's going to be a free ball. Thank you. What's his name? Sorry, say it again. Perfect. I know, Coach isn't very nice. No, I'm kidding. He's awesome.
Same one.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Benny, we're underway now. Sorry about that delay. But we got some numbers for some players. We got everything. Thank you to Miss Nowakowski and some of the other fans who came over and gave us some of their own. It's like the cheat sheet they got.
Right.
So we'll get underway.
Well, if they're not selling programs, somebody's got to bring the roster.
Exactly.
I wonder if that four-letter company has this problem. ESPN.
I don't think that we're that big yet, but
Yeah.
it's going to take some time. But
We'll have to let them get to know us. We need rosters. So here we go, back off the timeout. 5:31 left to play here. And Cape, boom, out to a 5-0 start.
yeah, this is how they started. They actually had a 6-0 lead over Archmere in the first quarter. But then Archmere shut them out in the next quarter 4. So we'll see if Polytech can get themselves situated here.
Shout out to our cameraman, Trey Mitchell, today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Trey. Helps us with trying to see the numbers on who scores and who's on and who's off, right? And got to get back underway. So the goalie is Aiden Steffen.
He's been busy today.
Number 19.
Already.
Yeah, he is facing this team already. And they're on the move, and there's going to be a dispossessed ball, only to be picked up by number 38, William Bragg, another sophomore on this team.
The Cape looks to be a fairly young team. Just look at their roster.
Yeah, yeah. Got a couple of senior leaders. Mr. Dennis, Mr. Hyde, and Mr. Boyce have been very active, a couple of the seniors.
Also noticing this, we talked about the speed, the size of Cape Henlopen too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice move, swim move. Good save there by Steffen, though. That's a tough shot with a guy coming in. Swim move, quick shot by number 24, and that's Michael Frederick, just a freshman, Benny.
Michael Frederick, the son of one of our football commentators, Dave Frederick Jr.
Hey!
That's his son.
How you doing, Mr. Frederick? Yeah, Dave is always out there with us. This year, anyway.
He's going to come back this year. He does a little bit of the, when Cape's at home or it's a Cape game, he does it to him. So he helps me out with a lot of Southern Division games. And looking forward to, matter of fact, we're talking about the football schedule already.
I know. I want the summer, Benny.
Okay. Well, we gotta
I'm kidding.
We gotta let the people know that the 302 or that the Kickoff Classic is back.
Yes.
Under 302 Sports this year.
Yes, it is, and we're gonna get that underway.
Was this a disallowed goal because they haven't put it up on the scoreboard? But they're facing off.
They're facing off, but it's definitely not up there. But right now we got a registered 6-0 right now. And speaking of that Kickoff Classic, here's a face-off win, but one of these teams will be helping us participate.
Right.
The Polytech Panthers opening it up.
Hosting the Lake Forest Spartans.
Yes, they are in our 302 Sports Kickoff Classic.
And the upstate game, Marvin Dooley's St. Elizabeth's Vikings.
Yep.
Taking on Christiana.
Christiana's
under
got a
new head coach Dante Jones.
There you
go. At Dover.
Ought to be interesting, so tune in and stay tuned for that as more information will be coming. Right now we're enjoying this DE turf.
Lacrosse game.
There's some good moves here.
Well, 29 came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and 29 is James Lauser. Made some good moves. Here's a cross pass. Shot down, no good. And one thing you notice right now is that Cape Henlopen likes to go low.
Yes. I was watching while they were warming up, working on the bounce shots. I noticed it a little bit in their JV game.
And that's tough. I mean, it's like a ground ball, Benny. You know,
right.
You got that big net, and you're holding it up, and you got your chest. You got to put that down low and going through the legs. And here's a good move. Gabriel Best.
Shortstops do it every day.
And there you go.
Two flags.
It's going to be I think they called the penalty first. So there's no goal. Talking about that now.
You know, we missed a couple games out here this year. I know we had the Sussex Tech. St. George's were unable to do it because of the weather this year, and then we had a game that was canceled by the two schools that we're gonna have a makeup game. We're gonna have the fifth game out here, May 10th, with in girls soccer, DMA and Indian River.
I gotta tell you, that's gonna be a good game. Both teams are always there at the end of the year.
We talked to Indian River's coach during the fall. He coaches both boys and girls lacrosse, soccer.
that happen a lot? I'm not,
Interesting is Cape Henlopen, their soccer coach is the boys at Kilby, is the boys and girls coach.
Gotcha.
And Indian River, Kilby, is the boys and girls coach. And their father and son. So here we go, back to play.
Cape Henlopen back on the offense, and it's been pretty much all Cape right now.
Oh,
There's
nice
a
shot.
nice shot to the right side upper 90.
Vikings up 7-0.
That's Gabriel Best. He's going to get that is number 7, right? Or is it number 11?
Best is another name that goes back way into the early years of Cape Henlopen.
It's funny how you get those names that are associated with the schools, you know. But
the family stays in the community.
And Lewis isn't a bad place.
Nah, that's not a bad place. Like I said, I've been in my house for 25, 26 years
There you
now, and I have no intentions of leaving anytime soon.
You don't want to come to the city with me?
No. I escaped that place when I was 11, 12 years old.
There you go. 7-0 right now, Ben, and Polytech's just got to get something going here. And they're already back on the move.
Long pole coming down. Oh.
It's Landon Best. There's pretty much a scrum for the loose ball. Ground ball's picked up and dispossessed really quick. And that's number 20, Elijah Maldonado, who had it for a minute, but it's right back into possession of Cape Henlopen. Setting up the play. Right now, Benny, I'd almost say that if we were looking at possession time, I think it'd be about 30 seconds.
I looked left one time this game, and that was the opening faceoff.
Yeah, like we
Cape
talked about.
Henlopen has kept the ball on their side on the Polytech side of the field all game.
And that'll happen to a team like Polytech. You know, like he said, there's some kids that are just joining, learning how to play the game in high school. And you come out and you're facing a team like this, is to have the jitters. And there's missed ball though, but Maldonado almost had the turnover and another shot. That was the senior Adam Techman. It's still stay Cape Henlopen ball right now.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and the scoreboard clock did catch up with us, 7-0 for the Cape Henlopen Vikings.
And that's Luke D'Ambrosi. Or is it D'Ambrosi?
D'Ambrosi.
There you go.
I told Mark to take the hyphen out.
Yeah, the hyphen, I'm so used to it from up north. There's the D'Ambrosi car sales, and here goes Cape Henlopen. Shot wide left.
Wide left.
By Luke D'Ambrosi.
Left-hand shot.
There it is.
Got it.
And there he is. That's
8-0.
Luke D'Ambrosi right back in there after we just talked about him. He gets on the board. His first goal of the night.
Vikings could be subbing early at halftime tonight here. Nick, they're up 8-0 in the first quarter with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter.
And they got a large team
Yes,
over
they
there,
do.
as
They
you can see.
brought 2 buses, one for the JV. It left, and the varsity bus came up, and there wasn't a seat available. Well, when you ride up here from Lewis, you look to your left at Hudson Fields, and there's the Atlantic Lacrosse Club, and every field's full.
Exactly.
All ages out there, boys and girls.
It's a nice thing to see. We don't have anything this large up north. Not enough land.
Right. Have to learn to
Here
play
we
on.
go.
Learn to play on macadam.
This is number 11, Colin Jacks, who's got the
Right here, where they're
first
playing.
real possession.
They're playing lacrosse at this 87ers complex now.
Yes, they are. Christopher Lloyd right now. And if you're a lacrosse fan, pay attention to that. We will have that game live. And Hill Academy out of Canada, Ontario, Canada, is going to be coming down to play Slasianum, and that should be a good game. Number 2 nationally ranked, number 6 nationally ranked Hill Academy. And if you're a lacrosse fan, you know all about Hill Academy. When I looked at their roster, probably 21 of the kids were on the roster, and I would beg to differ to say that probably 18 of them are going D1.
Playing the Souths, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So nationally ranked in Canada.
In Canada.
Okay.
Well, actually, believe it or not, they're. I looked on Max Preps and they were number 6 overall.
Gotcha.
So. And it's going to be a foul. And they're going to get a penalty, actually. And that's Dennis. He's going to be taken. And we're going to have our first man-up situation. It's a good opportunity here for Polytech. Got to get one under the belt.
And just their second time down to the Cape Henlopen side of the field. Like we said, we hadn't looked left all game.
Here we go. See if they can get something started here. You just need one, Ben.
That's right.
Just need one to get it rolling here. Ball's loose. Ground balls are important here. Nice hit.
And he's going to pick it up. Cape Henlopen ball.
And that was Weathersby. You talked about it. He's a defensive end on that.
Defensive end linebacker for the Vikings. I believe he's a senior.
Yes, he is. Cape Henlopen back down. That's Jaden Davis, a sophomore.
10 seconds play here in the quarter.
They're taking their time right now. That one's really counting down. 5, 4, 3. And Benny, that's going to do it for us for here. The first quarter of our DE Turf game of the week. Cape Henlopen up 8-0 right now over Polytech. And this game is being brought to you by 302 Sports and the DE. The Delaware National Guard.
And we're going to hear from the National Guard right now.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott.
And welcome back to Delaware Turf Sports Complex here. Benny Mitchell with Nick Halliday.
And Benny, unfortunately, we thought it was going to be what it is right now, and the juggernaut of Cape Henlopen coming out. An 8-0 start, and I saw him play, top-ranked Archmere this year, who's in our top 10 as well, and they went out on a 6-0 start. So this isn't anything new, and what you got to do for Polytech is you got to just keep your head up and keep going here. When you get a man-up situation, you got to take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
You got to win some of these ground balls, get a little bit more aggressive, and hopefully get one under your belt. You need that first one.
Yeah,
that's what you need to get going. So again, I'd like to say thanks to Miss Nowakowski, who got us the numbers.
I'm sure the players appreciate it too, getting to hear get some airtime, and
yeah, I mean the only
especially the goalie, because he's been quite active today.
He has been.
And he's just I tell you what, he's been peppered.
He's just a freshman.
Yeah, he's been peppered with shots today, and he's stood tall in the goal. He's given up 8, but
he's doing pretty well, to be honest with you, back there for being a freshman taking on this team. Here's Cape Henlopen again. There's Mr. Montreal Jones, who we were thankful enough to have on the pregame interview. He was hyped talking about football too, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
This is actually one of those sports that's great for the football players to get into in the off season. Conditioning, keeping that contact. I had someone tell me when my son first started playing, we're gonna get an offensive shot here and a save. And that's off the leg. But this is one sport that has all 4 in it. And we're going to have a slow whistle here as they're going to let them keep playing as the penalty is going to be on Cape Henlopen, so they're going to be able to hold on to it. Right now coming down is Keyshawn Weems, senior. He hands it off to Xavier Ortiz, and now we're going to get a slash.
I saw it, but it was a delayed call.
It was a very delayed call, and they played the slow whistle, so. But, hey, good opportunity here again for Polytech.
Right.
Going to be man up.
Man up again. I don't know a whole lot about lacrosse, but I know when that hit the helmet, it's a slash.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
And not only was it delayed, but he threw that flag high in the air.
Yeah, he did chuck it.
Came down like a parachute. I was impressed.
Polytech here. Got to get this ball fast. Weathersby, we already saw him take one away. And there's the loose ball. It's going to be just try to save. It's not, but they're going to say it went off of Weathersby. And it's going to stay Polytech. Number 11, Colin Jacks. Good movement here. Cape Polytech with the man up right now, struggling. And that ball is going to get through.
You know, one thing I noticed, one of the familiarities with this in baseball is when a lacrosse player misses the ball, he checks the pocket of his stick. Much like a baseball player.
Yeah,
you know, when one goes through the 5-hole, you check the pocket of your glove.
Well, with that, like I was saying earlier, when my son started playing, and that's number 2, Joshua Blandino right now with it, passing it off, was they said that this has all 4 sports involved in it. You know, you run plays like hockey. Oh, good shot there.
Save.
Only to be saved, and that was Colin Jacks. And now we're on the run again here with Benjamin Weathersby.
Well, he's a strider too, man.
Look how tall he is.
Yeah.
Some size. Here we go. Cape back in. Scoring box now. Moving around. Weathersby sitting all alone by the crease. Got to keep moving, though. He's going to get out of the offensive zone and go back where he belongs on defense. Not too many long poles get to play offense.
No. When they take a shot, it looks awkward.
It does. It does. I agree. Yeah. Got some subs coming in. Got some players moving around here. This is Adam Techman. To Curry. Back over to Dennis. Zach Dennis is very noticeable on this court.
Yeah.
On the outfield. Good give and go try, but good defense now. There's Dennis inside. Shots wide. That's picked up by Finbar Rishko, a junior. And we got a stoppage here. It's going to be Cape Henlopen ball.
Yeah, during right before the interview, Coach D'Ambrosi said he'd probably have the jacket on quickly, and he does. He might get to the hoodie before halftime.
Yeah, Coach Gilmore was asking him if he ever
wears
wears
shorts.
There's Curry with a good move. Looking to the X.
Got his hand over his eye.
Back. Quick move in. There's number 2. Henry D'Ambrosi, the freshman.
He could use that visor I was teasing about not having.
Especially over there in the sun.
His hands up over his eyes. Yeah. The benches are looking directly into the sun, as you can see when we go widescreen, the shadows.
Yes, you can. And now we're
9-0 Cape
right
Henlopen.
now.
8:16 to go. A lot of young lacrosse players. You hear behind us?
Yeah, and I'm sure on screen you can see some of the fields are taken up in the back there by the soccer teams.
A ton of fields out here.
There are. I like this complex, actually. It's
well
really
taken
nice.
care of, too.
Yeah. Here we are again for another face-off. Loose ball. It's going to come up. It's Cape Henlopen. It's William Bragg. They come down and get set up quick, don't they?
Mm-hmm. I said the Vikings are fast.
They are. Gabriel Best taking his time setting it up, waiting for some of the subs to get in. Blake Gipko, another sophomore for this Cape Henlopen team. And as you can see, Benny,
Cape's got a handful of lefties on this team, I've noticed.
and that's tough. You know
Yeah.
how that goes.
Any sport.
Yes. That ball's going to go out of bounds and stay with Cape.
Also referred to as wrong-handed.
Michael Frederick, one of the freshmen on this team. Cape Henlopen's just taking their time, running their offense. Here's a shot. Nice shot. That's number 11, Blake Gipko. And Blake is a sophomore. They got a lot of young players on this team.
So
Benny, that
when
we
I was looking
talked
at the
about.
roster while we're doing the interviews, I was like, wow, it's a young team.
They are.
And looking forward to, could very well see them in the state finals. Looking right now, them and Sally's is the clear top two teams in the state. Looks like Caesar Rodney, maybe a step down this year, losing Demetrius Stevenson. And
Yeah, Wagenhofer.
right.
And a couple other players.
I believe they were in the finals last year with Slazan.
Yeah, they
2 years ago it was the Vikings in a close game
Yes.
at Dover Stadium.
10-0 lead here. Cape Henlopen. Polytech has had 2 chances with man-up situations. Only for that tough badgering defense for Cape Henlopen. There's a ground ball. You got to get the loose balls. And it's picked up. It's number 15, Finn Fercucci. Jaden Davis, another sophomore right now. That's number 21 all over him. It's Keyshawn Weems. Back up to the top. Nice spin move, and there's a shot. And that's wide. And that was number 23, Michael Martz, as he goes off the field after his shot.
Cape Henlopen's they're not even quick on their feet. They're quick with the passes. They're crisp.
Aren't they? That's one of the things that their ball control is really good.
Yeah.
There's a nice shot and a good save by the freshman. Another shot down low, no good. I tell you, Aiden is just standing in there.
He is there. I wouldn't want to do it.
As you can tell, they're very crisp. Everything they do, very disciplined. There's some good defense there by Elijah Maldonado. That speedy freshman.
Shot
score.
Number 7.
And that's number 7, Gabriel Best, with his second of the night.
Well, this is a first for our coverage out here this year because up until today, every game we've had, I think we had one goal lacrosse game in both boys and girls.
Yeah.
Of course, we weren't able to bring the Sussex Tech St. George's Tech because of the weather. And
yeah, that was tough that day.
But tonight, the Cape Henlopen Vikings are out there scoring early and they're scoring often, up 11-0 midway through the second period.
Polytech's just got to get something started here, like we talked about. You need one. There's a good. Oh, thought they were gonna have their first face-off win.
He was looking in his stick for his ball.
William Bragg on the move again. Here goes Cape Henlopen. Everybody seems to know exactly where they got to be.
William Bragg, remember his father was a baseball player, so he took another route here in high school.
Yeah. It's I got to tell you, I was a baseball player, obviously, and played in college, but taken to the sport a lot. It's very action-oriented.
Right.
My son, doesn't play at too high of a level, but played and had some fun with it. Here's Dennis on the move. He's looking in. Nice shot.
Nice shot and go score. 12-0 for the Vikings.
And couldn't see what number that was, Benny. Did you see who scored that one? Looks like
The 8? Is that 8 going off the field?
He was yelling Jack, but it looks like it's
Maybe 9.
number 9.
Yeah.
I thought it was Adam Techman.
Yeah, but it was. I believe 9 scored the goal.
Yeah, there you go. A little difficult when you're down on the field level sometimes, seeing through all the players.
Just have to quickly look, see who traded zeroes in on.
Yeah, that's it. You got to get your son to zero in on him there. Here's another face-off here. Got to get something positive going if you're
And the Vikings win
Polytech.
yet another face-off.
Yeah, they do. Long stick right now. He's down. This is Seth Graves, number 31, in the game now. It's the freshman, Michael Frederick, right now. Hands it off. Back up to the top. Ross Crockett, junior in, first time for the Cape Henlopen Vikings. Going to make some moves. Good defense there.
Vikings with a good chance this year to unseat Salesianum, but it was a 4-point game up at the Dave Reynolds Classic. A game I think Cape controlled the entire game, didn't they?
They did, actually, yes and no. So all the ground balls and loose balls and the faceoffs were won by Sally's. However, like you said, got a player down actually, Benny.
Behind the goal.
But why we do that? Why don't we take a break? Come right back. Give you a little bit from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after this penalty stoppage.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today.
And we're back to Delaware Turf Sports as the injured Polytech player walks off under his own power.
Yeah, it looks like it's number 20, Elijah Maldonado, so we hope he's okay. We're going to get started again. Polytech ball right now. The wind is coming through.
It's changed directions.
It
It's
has.
blowing right in our face.
It is, and it's blowing everything around. Here's Polytech trying to get it across. It's going to be dispossessed. Picked back up, though. Oh, and a nice move. And he's on the run. Oh, ball's out again. Picked up by number 15. And that was Bradley Crago, who had it for Polytech for a little while, but only be dispossessed. And here's Cape on the move. Oh, and that was a hard hit high and no call.
Now, that is the part of lacrosse I like to see.
Everybody likes that
we
part.
haven't seen much hitting so far in this game, but
No, correct.
and that's going to probably get it started.
Hey, you got to get something positive, right? Like I said, whether it's a big hit or a goal.
Well, it's probably going to get the hitting started. That's what I'm.
And this is Dylan Bailey right now, the senior, coming down, and we're going to get things started here. Number 9, Connor Fuchs. Polytech. Get things started here. Get a play set up. Try to run and execute. See if they can get past this tough Cape Henlopen defense.
Approaching 2:30 to play here in the first half.
Good defense there. It's number 27, Landon Best. That ball's dispossessed. Now we're off again. And here goes Cape Henlopen.
Another strider just glides down the field.
It's James Hyde. Henlopen back on offense. Look to run some plays here. That's a tough shot to be blocked. That was Ross Crockett.
Under 2 minutes to play.
In this first half, man, Benny, I tell you, that wind change got breezy
did.
and it got cold.
I'm going to be headed to the truck to get a hoodie here for halftime.
Well, we'll see if Poly can hold them right now. Here's a move. Shot save, and that's Aiden Steffen. Tell you, he's been taking them, so he's been taking some shots, and he's had some good plays. Here we go, on the run now. Joshua Blandino. Polytech gets it in. He's got a nice angle, only to be cut off by Finn Fercucci. Polytech player down. He's got to move. He's got the inside shoulder. Shot down. Hey, we broke it. That's our first goal for
Polytech
Christopher.
Panthers on the board.
Christopher McAllister, the junior, gets on the board in the first goal we've seen for Polytech tonight.
Look there, like it looked like Blandino set a pick, and their player fell down, and actually enabled him because he got back up and ran right straight to the goal.
Yeah, he had a nice angle, switched shoulders with his shot, gets in there, and first
minute
shot.
7 to go, and Polytech's on the board. 12-1, Cape Henlopen.
Going to the half, maybe that'll get something started here, Benny.
Right.
There's a loose ball. Ground ball picked up by Polytech. Falls, loses his footing, and Cape Henlopen's back
Vikings,
on it.
like swarmed all over that kid when he fell down. I mean, there was 3 or 4 Vikings there.
They are
when he went down.
Everywhere. Right now it's Finn Barishko setting up a play. He's got about 35 seconds left here in this first half. Right now it's been controlled by by Cape Henlopen with a 12-1 lead. We're under 30. Cape Henlopen looking for something. Cutting through, hands it off. Andre Curry, a junior. There's a close turnover, only to be picked up by Jaden Davis. 9, 8, 7, pass in, no good. 4 seconds, 3, and I think that's going to take us into the half. As soon as they get the whistle, 3 seconds for Polytech, and then we'll be at halftime. One pass all the way across. 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it.
That's the halftime. 12-1, Cape Henlopen. Folks, we're going to play our half. At the half, we're going to play this interview from the pregame with the Polytech and Cape Henlopen coaches, and then we'll be right back after that at the half.
We'll have Chris Jock Mucci also on, so you'll be able to see everything going on down here at DE Turf from him.
We'll be right back.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DE Turf Game of the Week, sponsored by the Army National Guard here in Delaware. And today we have a game between Cape Henlopen and Polytech. Right now we're joined by Polytech coach Mr. Bob Gilmore and player Montreal Jones. How are we doing tonight, fellas?
Doing very well. Excited to be here.
Yeah, how was it, what was it like when they called you to ask you to want to play in this game?
I thought it was a neat opportunity when we got the phone call. I mean, obviously to come out and support the National Guard mission and knowing Mark and the guys down at Cape for as long as we've known him. It just seemed like a good fit and a good opportunity.
Good space between the two of you, right?
Absolutely. Cuts their commute down a little bit and saves me from going all the way. Maybe we'll do it next year and I don't have to go all the way down there.
There you go. And you get to play on a nice field, right?
Absolutely. Great
Talk
facility.
about that, Montreal over there. What's it like coming up and playing on a facility in a field like this?
It's always nice because you don't have to worry about either the fields having potholes or something like that, or the grass slowing down the ball sometimes. Because sometimes when you try the ground ball, it rolls nice to you. It's nice. Instead of having it bouncing or going in a little awkward direction or awkward bounce, it's a little nicer to have a straight line on a ground ball, something like that.
Yeah, I remember when playing high school baseball and stuff, some of these fields you get to and you're like, true hop. We didn't have turf except for when you played, not Citizens Bank. What is that? What was that? The vet, yeah, and it was concrete underneath anyway. So, yeah, it's a great facility to play at. It's a great cause. Now, this year you guys have a 1-7 record. Let's talk about that right now, just a little bit. Of course, you're going up against the number 1 team in the state today. So,
absolutely. But
let's talk about your season so far. What have you done good, and what could you do better?
We work hard. I mean, that's one thing we're really happy with. The kids have been working hard. We get better every day. We're 1-7. We got some games in there that if the ball bounces a couple different ways, maybe we're not looking at 1-7. But we know where we are, and we're excited to play tonight. And again, we look forward to every game we get, and we'll work hard and we'll come after it a little bit and see what happens.
Montreal, what about you? From a player's perspective, what could you guys do? What could be a little better, and how can you
start working hard. Always keep working hard because we keep on picking up the intensity, and that's slow. At first, we start off a little slow, but once we start picking it up, we start getting to our game. That's when we start playing our best, and we just need to keep working hard, keep discipline and stuff like that, and we keep on doing our game. That's all I got to say.
Well, listen, again, you got a tough opponent today. As we know, Cape Henlopen is ranked number 1 in probably all of our media outlets right now. What would you guys say you have to do today that can give you guys a chance to actually win this game and upset a big team like Cape Henlopen?
But we've got to play mistake-free. We can't make any mistakes. They're extremely well coached. They're extremely fast. They're a well-disciplined program, and they're good. I mean, they got tremendous stick skills. We're blessed with kids who fall in love with lacrosse in high school. They're blessed with kids that seem to be coming out of the cradle with sticks.
Yeah, I know. It's like Milltown football, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, again, we've got to play as hard as we can play, and we've got to play a clean game and see if it gives us an opportunity to compete.
Montreal, what about you today?
Mistake-free, like Coach said,
yeah.
Because mistakes kills us sometimes, and we play mistake-free and we keep playing hard with them and keep up with their pace and play our game, we should be able to keep this game a close one.
Good. Well, thank you so much for coming out and being part of this from 302 Sports, National Guard, and DE Turf. We're proud to have you guys come out and play and be able to video you today, and we're excited. So good luck out there today. Thanks for coming out. Again, we were Coach Bob Gilmore and player Montreal Jones from Polytech. We'll be right back with Cape Henlopen.
But right now we're going to head right into your favorite part of the week, top plays on the special teams end. As you're going to see Steven Williams. He's going to return this kick, and another great angle here you see. He'll catch it off the scoop, and he's taken off right down the sideline. Nobody can catch him, makes 2 men miss. Kicker can't make the tackle, and he is gone. Steven Williams, kickoff return. He takes it all the way. Friends get the win.
So it's the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch. Whoa! Going up. He went to floor 12. He left the person there at floor 4.
Crash back out. There it is, off the glass, the game winner. Unbelievable shot.
Crash the glass.
Late on the shot.
You might have seen this one before. Bang! Throws it right down the lane. Look at that quick elevation. Nobody, everyone got out of the way, Jay. They wanted no piece of it. And then here's a different angle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow, did he get off? Nothing just choked.
And welcome back to 302 Sports. And we're live here at DE Turf Complex down in Little Frederica, Delaware. But it's a big complex down here, isn't it, guys? We're joined right now by Cape Henlopen, Coach Dan Brogy,
and Matt Prestipino. How you guys doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Doing well. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
Good. Beautiful facility, right? We're going to have a good game tonight?
Definitely. It's definitely a really nice facility. The field's brand new. Everything's really nice here. It's a blessing to be playing down here, for sure.
Let's just stay on the facility with you guys real quick. We just talked to Polytech, and they were talking about the clean rolls you get off the turf and those things like that. That's kind of a good thing and an advantage, right?
Oh, definitely. Well, with the complexes that we play back at our school, we got turf field, so it's similar. And it's nice practicing on a field similar to the field that we're going to be playing on.
And Coach, I know you like it, right?
It's nice. There's never any
ground balls.
There's never any weather issues or field issues. It's a beautiful place. We've been fortunate to play here once before last year, and I know some of the kids have done some tournaments here over the summer.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, we're familiar with it. You drive by it. It's nice to pull in and get a game.
So we're not far from either of your schools. We're going to get a good crowd for you guys tonight?
I hope so. I suspect so. We get good support. We're fortunate there.
So tell us what you guys thought when you first got the phone call that you were going to be part of the National Guard Game of the Week.
So when I was notified, I thought it was a great opportunity for us to represent our school in this kind of situation. We've been fortunate enough to be on 302 Sports before, but this is a little bit unusual because, you know, this isn't something that we've ever done before as far as being a Game of the Week. So it's a good experience for us.
Definitely exciting. I mean, when I heard we're going to be playing the Game of the Week, I was definitely excited. It's really an awesome thing to be doing.
Now, you're playing Polytech. They're familiar. Obviously, you guys were getting along pretty well earlier talking about it. They're a 1-7 team, but I'm pretty sure when you guys are playing each other, you can throw those records out. I'm sure it's going to be a little tougher than what people would expect when you look from the record standpoint. So talk about that with Polytech tonight.
Well, they've played some teams really well this year. You know, they've played some teams. They've been on the short end of the stick, I think, on some games that I know that they would like to have back. But you can really throw the records out a lot of times when you play Polytech because they play hard, they play smart, they're well coached. They put a lot of effort into what they do. So we got to be prepared. We got to play well, and you know, we just got to continue to play well as far as that's concerned.
I mean, they bring it every year, so we got to bring it too if we want to win.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your record now. You have 2 losses, but both teams are out of state, right? And then you have a big win against Lazy Adam this year, which everybody always, I guess, sums up the year by who can beat Sally's Gate, which is a good thing, right? Like he talked about, you know, you guys are having people who are coming out playing from kids all the way up and through, so you got a good farm system, right? But talk about those 2 losses. What was it like, and what kind of competition were you playing? Because they were out of state.
Well, with the Bullis game, they're a terrific team.
Yeah.
They got a national schedule, and they just brought it. And it was kind of early in our season, and I don't want to use that as an excuse, but we were still a little bit shaky, kind of feeling things out. And I got to give all the credit to them, though.
Yeah.
They played a really good game, but I'm sure we could have kept it closer and maybe won that game if we just played a little bit more fundamental and played a more complete game.
Gotcha. Coach, what about you? What's the competition? I mean, Bullis is a nationally ranked team, right?
Yeah.
We were looking at the schedule today. I think Sally's is going to play a national ranked team Friday. But what about the Ocean City, New Jersey game? The Ocean City, New Jersey game. How that?
Well, I will tell you this: the Ocean City, New Jersey game, they played well, and I don't think we played as well as we could. But the credit should go to them as the opponent. You know, they force you to play poorly.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, once we get together, once we can use it as a learning experience.
There you go.
That's the only thing we can take out of it now that's in the past. But I think our kids picked up the fact that if we don't play well, we're capable of being beat, which is what any team can have in any team.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
I think we learned from it, and I'm hoping that we can take those lessons forward.
Gotcha. Well, I got to tell you, it's a pleasure covering you guys. It's nice to watch it. Like you said, both teams are very well coached. We've had the luxury of having you guys.
And welcome back to Delaware Turf Sports Complex. Benny Mitchell here with Nick Halliday, and we're about ready to start the second half. Cape leads 12-1.
Yeah, Benny, it's been very balanced. They have 11 different scorers, and the only multi-goal scorer was Gabe Best. They're back on. Nice defense there by number.
And you talk about well balanced, much like the weather here today, as we just went from spring to fall.
Oh my God, I'm freezing.
The temperature dropped at least 10 degrees.
I know.
In the last 5 minutes. But you know, they say in Delaware, you can have all 4 seasons in one day.
That's true, yeah. You know what's funny about that? I was on a boat on a cruise, and people from Russia were saying they knew that about us over
Right.
here.
The old Mid-Atlantic.
It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, we're back to action here. Cape Henlopen starting off just how they started. Back on the offensive end, and right now you're looking at the score. If you're just joining us, it is 12-1. And we're here at the DE Turf Sports Complex, and a big hit by number 5, Caleb Taschioni. Benny, that was your kind of lacrosse there, huh?
Yeah, that's what I like about lacrosse. I like the contact. Really not seeing much of it today. Usually a team like Cape brings it.
Maybe a little bit of mutual respect. These guys aren't too far away. Nobody wants to get hurt, but that was a good defense there. I'll tell you what, come playoff time, it'll be a whole different story.
Yeah, different game.
So we talked about, we're down here at the DE Turf Complex in Frederica, Delaware.
You'll see a little bit of it when the Riders and the Vikings play. Sees Rodney and Cape play.
Yeah.
It's usually a very physical game.
And this game is being brought to you by 302 Sports and sponsored by the Delaware National Guard. And we just saw some interviews with a couple of the coaches and players from each team, and it was nice of them to take some time out to come on and talk to us. And here's a turnover, and that's going to be number 21, Keyshawn Weems, and he's on the move, but he lost this ball and the stick, and it's going to be, big hit by Dennis. Picked up.
Now, in football, that would have been a penalty. Dropping the
Defenseless.
head. Yeah.
Defenseless receiver. Here's Cape Henlopen back on the run. Benny, I see a little bit of sunlight. Wish it would come our way
back
now.
out, yeah. I don't think we're going to see it again. It's just creeping out in front of us.
Yeah, wind change. It got chilly. Robbie Rickenbach right now. Good defense. That's number 28, Bradley Kriego. And we had our first goal from Polytech Panthers, Chris McAllister.
Yeah,
scored that goal right before the second half.
Inside the final minute of this first half, they're pacing themselves.
Yeah, it was a good save there. It's Aiden Steffen, the freshman, who's been taking a ton of shots today. He's holding his ground back there, though. Long pass, and that's up to Montrell Jones.
Right, see, I have the Vikings swarm whenever the ball hits the ground. A lot like
you just see blue.
You see it, like linebackers in football. They're right there. They're quick, and if they're not right there, they're quick to get there.
Knowing the game. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you. Down here at DE Turf Complex.
Kent County, Delaware. Almost in Sussex.
Almost. I don't know if they'll let me in Sussex too often.
I'll get you in.
That's what I like to hear.
I'll get you in there. Get you a pass, like a one-day pass.
Well, I got to pay for parking down there. Here's Cape Henlopen back on the offense. Right now, it's been all Cape Henlopen. You can see our score, 12-1 right now. And again, Cape Henlopen, our number 1 ranked team in the state, pretty much by every media outlet, I'd say, so far.
Absolutely.
Right now, you got some good defense being played by Poly. Being patient, Benny.
Yes, they are.
I guess with a 12-goal lead, you can be. It's like pitching when you got a 10-run lead, right?
Starting to see some new players coming in for the Vikings.
Good defense there. Had a nice cutter coming through. And that was Ross Crockett. Just wasn't able to handle that pass.
Vikings starting to substitute here in the second half. Some new faces on the field.
And they should right now, up by 12. But my guess is they're all still players.
That's right. Yeah. The second level is going to be just as good. Shot
and there's
score.
A shot. Couldn't see the number.
It's like
16. That's going to be Ross Crockett getting on the board for Cape Henlopen. You can hear that wind.
They're about
whipping through.
Like 20-mile-an-hour winds right now.
Where did that come from?
Well, like I say, hey, it's always windy out here. But it's not always this windy.
Well, I was going to say, it wasn't this windy. Not when we first started.
and this wind is changing directions. You know, just looking at the flags across from us, they're blowing out early in the game. Now they're blowing back. Now they're moving to the left. And luckily, I had 10 minutes to run out to the truck, get a couple sweatshirts for everybody, and
that's it. 13-1 now.
Now we're all decked out in our fall 302 gear.
Yeah, like we're at a football game, Benny. Loose ball picked up. It's going to be another face-off, won by Cape, and there's a ball dispossessed, picked up by number 6, Trent Jacks. He's on the run. We'll see if they can do something with this offensive opportunity here for the Polytech Panthers. Find themselves in a 12-goal deficit, and there is little miscommunication, and that ball is going to go right back to Cape Henlopen. Like we
one of the
talked
differences I'm seeing here is, you know, the Polytech coach and players talked about, you know, not making mistakes. And I think one difference I see is, you know, when Cape's on defense, they're moving around, and Polytech kind of get caught standing around a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Like waiting for the play to come to them.
Exactly.
And as I say that, now they're Cape's spreading them out, and
going to look for some open lanes, getting some cutters coming through. They run set plays like basketball, you know.
Right.
Couple of picks, couple of give and goes. Have cutters coming down the lane, looking for the open play, the open pass.
Like Coach Gilmore says, this is the stuff they have to learn from and fix at practice. And again, Cape spreading them out.
And work hard. And they haven't done anything. They haven't given up. No one's put their head down. You know, they're still out there playing and competing. And good defense. Come in and steal that. Colin Jacks, he came right in and took that there, Benny.
Yes, he did.
Played that ball like a...
Played off his chest.
Infielder. Getting close to the out-of-bounds line here. There's a lot of markings, and he's out. You know, threw it back in over his back shoulder.
They're low on time getting
and that's going to be 10 seconds. Didn't get it across. Good defense again.
That went bad when he had to field the ball off the ground and find an open man. And
yeah, and they got to get it from one scoring box to the
other.
other.
Another thing, you don't see Cape. You know, when they're coming down the side, you don't see them getting pushed out of bounds. You know, they're savvy. They know where they're out on the field.
And they got speed.
Yeah, great speed and awareness. And whereas he initially cut back in and he took the step to the left, and you know the Cape player just used the sideline as another defender.
Good defense here. Giving Jaden Davis a little roughing up as he's trying to go in for the goal. Crosses, sticks crossed up. Looks like it's going to be a foul. Possession's going to go back to Cape Henlopen. 4:14 left here in this third quarter. Cape Henlopen has pretty much been on offense for most of the game.
Most of the game. Easily 95% of the game. I think 3, maybe 4 times Polytech's had it in Cape's end.
But like we said, Polytech is still competing. Not giving up right now. Still got a whole quarter and 3 minutes left to play, so you can't give up that easy.
Play.
Nice play, yeah. And that's number 12, Finbar Rishko, who's going to get in on the scoring.
Into a running clock situation now.
Yeah, with the score 14-1.
Finbar Rishko, he was a wrestler at Cape Henlopen. Another 2-sport athlete.
He's a junior. You know, we talked about this is still a young team for this Cape. A lot of these kids have been playing together for a long time. Playing for 302 or playing here in the what league is that they have here?
I'm not sure. It's something to do with Kent County.
Yeah. These kids are just familiar with each other, and that's another thing, Benny. Like you know, I think Coach Gilmore said it earlier. Our kids get to high school and find out they like lacrosse.
The flag, there's gonna be a slash.
Yeah, and the Cape kids come out of the womb ready to play with a lacrosse stick in their hand.
You're right.
And we're going to get a slow call here. slow whistle right now. It's going to be a penalty on Polytech if they get the possession back. A couple of subs coming in and off.
Getting some more fresh faces on the field.
It's number 21, Jaden Davis. High pass, snagged out. Good defense. And that's number 20, Elijah Maldonado, who went off with an injury, and it's good to see him back on the field early in that second quarter. Ground ball, shot, and there's Davis.
15-1, Cape Henlopen.
Davis. Benny, it's amazing. They've had, the 15 goals, 14 of them have been by different players.
Right.
It's impressive. The only multi-goal scorer is Gabriel Best with 2.
And mind you, we're without coach's son, Luke D'Ambrosi, who's a big scorer for them.
Right now, all you worry about is getting healthy and looking into the playoffs.
That's right. And they're about, what 3 weeks away? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or last day of April right now, so.
Exactly. Cinco de Uno tomorrow. May 1st. 50 seconds left here in the third. Running clock right now at the score. There's a face-off, and it's going to be 1. No. I thought Poly was going to have a chance of taking that. And now Cape Henlopen's actually on the man up. Even after the goal, they still get the penalty. So right now, man up. Cape Henlopen, they're taking their time, running in some subs. Adam Techman. And Ross Crockett back in. It's the freshman Frederick right now. Top. He's waiting to set up a play. 6 seconds. Well, we're going to go into the fourth quarter because they're going to run the clock out. 2-1, and now that's going to do it here.
After the end of 3, 15-1, Vikings well out in front. We're going to take a commercial timeout and be right back with more Henlopen Conference Lacrosse. Back to Delaware Turf Sports for the National Guard game of the week, featuring the Polytech Panthers and the #1 ranked Cape Henlopen Vikings. Headed to start here in the fourth quarter. The Cape Henlopen Vikings lead 15-1. We're under the running clock. And Nick, like you said, only one player from Cape has more than 1 goal.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. 13 different scorers, I guess. I'm sorry, when you look at it that way, but yeah, I mean, only Gabriel Best has 2 goals. The rest are all individual 1 goals from a lot of different players on this team. It just tells you the depth and how good this Cape Henlopen team really is. We talked to Coach in the beginning, losing to Bullis, one of the nationally ranked teams, and then Ocean City, New Jersey, where he said that he could have probably won that game, but
right.
They had some mistakes, and they had to learn from it. So back in action here. It's a tale of 2 different teams right now,
right.
Heading in a different direction. Polytech having some new players, basically, and Cape Henlopen having a bunch of players.
Well, they're starting to have middle school lacrosse has started down here in downstate Delaware. So
good.
Some of these other schools they're gonna get them playing lacrosse 3 years earlier now.
That's what you need. You almost need a farm system, basically. Like MOT football.
Right. And when you're a Polytech, you have to account on other people's farm systems because they don't have one. They're a technical school.
Exactly.
That doesn't have a feeder line. Much like Sussex Tech in Sussex County. But up your way, you have Sally's, and in most sports, it's the technical schools that are the top teams up there now in a lot of sports.
Charters too. We got
right.
the charters
and Votex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, not so much.
They all have their different sports,
right?
Though,
Right.
Which is good. It makes it up. So.
And when we talk about the Cape Henlopen Vikings, they're not just ranked number 1 in boys lacrosse; they're ranked number 1 in girls lacrosse this season. Are they the 9-time? The one
9-time, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they're pretty much like a dynasty. And there's and the loose ball just pops right in, and that's gonna be Michael Frederick joining Gabriel Best with 2 goals now to lead Cape Henlopen. And the ball sometimes is just going your way,
That's
Benny.
right.
And that is just going Cape Henlopen's way right now. So, but hey, listen, Benny, another lacrosse game that people want to pay attention to. Sally's is going to face nationally ranked the Hill Academy coming out of Canada on Friday. So we're going to have that live from the 76ers Fieldhouse, new turf field.
A couple of Molsons after the game. They're going to bring down a little Molson.
Yeah, they might.
Any baseball coverage this week? I know you've been covering a lot of baseball out of Farley.
Two big baseball games tomorrow. Newark Charter, the 3rd-ranked Newark Charter, versus Conrad, and both of those are pretty much charter schools. Conrad School of Sciences.
Interesting. Conrad, coming back as a school, and their best sport being baseball and girls basketball. But they were when you talk about dynasties, Conrad was one of the top baseball teams back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Well, they're a different school now too.
Right.
It's public and.
But it's interesting how they came back and baseball's their sport.
Nice school too. I actually live a couple blocks from it. I got to tell you, it's a nice facility. They just redid. They got 2 fields that are going to be multi-use fields that are going to be turf, basically Bermuda grass. Going to be for field hockey, lacrosse, and got a new softball field put in. Moved the baseball field down the street.
Oh, they're moving it off the hill?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's down over Ritchie Middle.
Change the mascot, move the baseball field. Can't get any worse up there, can it?
No, I know. Anyway, Newark Charter versus Conrad tomorrow at 4 o'clock live from Frawley, and then a big one, St. Mark's versus Sally's.
The Holy War.
7 o'clock, that's right, tomorrow night.
War.
Live from Frawley Stadium, weather pending.
Sally's baseball low up and down. They're not. I wouldn't say up and down. I think they lost some games they shouldn't have.
They had a tough go last week with 4 tough games.
Right.
Polytech had it, knocked loose ball. No one picks it up. They're going to call a shove. It's gonna be
softball coverage. We have plans of covering Friday night Caravel game. We'll see if weather permits that. And I know Jason and Glenn Frazier plan to be on the call. I guess I'll be up there running the board.
Is that a Caravel?
I believe it's at Caravel.
Yeah, because they're the only really lights. There's a good defense there by Poly to get the ball back, and here they come. They're on the offensive. Swim move. Oh, good job of keeping that in the pocket there.
Oh,
and they're
takes
battling.
the hit.
Here we are. Finally, Polytech's coming alive. He's going to come in and shoot. Goal!
And a penalty. Polytech's second goal. He took some abuse to score that goal, let me tell you.
Guess who it is? The same person that scored the other goal
Right.
for them, Christopher McAllister.
Man, he got abused going around that goal.
I don't know, man. But
held on and mate took the shot.
He was throwing some back. He wasn't taking that one lightly. 16-2 now.
And when we talk softball, how about DMA?
Undefeated.
Yeah.
They're going to face Smyrna on
Yes,
Monday.
That's correct.
That should be a good
I'll
game.
have to get up with Glenn Frazier and Jason Winchell and see if they might want to. The problem is it'll probably be at Midway. Or is that Smyrna?
I think it's at Smyrna.
We might be able to cover it.
I'm not 100% sure. Jason Winchell's our man for the scheduling.
No way we're covering it if it's at Midway.
We got an open Monday.
Yeah, because there's no juice at Midway. You can't get a game out of there.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a tough area. Nice fields.
Yeah.
Just a tough area.
No internet.
Yeah, exactly. Do some streaming from. Here we go again. Polytech on the move. Finally getting some life here late in this fourth quarter. Run the clock, Benny. This clock's clicking down pretty quick.
6 minutes to
6 minutes
go.
left.
I'm already eyeing the suitcase up to put the gear in, and it is cold out here.
It is cold. I got to tell you, it took a wild turn here. There's McAllister. Save. Can't see the goalie. We had a goalie
Number 20.
change. Number 20 is not on the roster, unfortunately.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. 20, your son had a nice save.
Maybe he's on the JV team and we just don't have him on the roster here.
Yeah, we're going to get a slash.
Yeah, it's definitely a slash. Got some life going, though. Polytech touches it.
Yeah,
We're
seeing a lot of Cape backups on the field. You notice how 35 here. He didn't get himself pushed that bounds. He stopped, backed up, and got rid of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, like I said, he's probably been, these Cape kids been playing since elementary school.
Yeah. Yeah.
My son doing the camera day, he played for a hot minute.
Did he?
Yeah, when he didn't have a baseball game.
Of course, Trey's more known as his wrestling
He's a
career.
wrestler, man. Yeah.
Hey, any way you get into college, right?
That's right.
That's the way to do it.
Got to extend his wrestling career 4 years.
Good for him.
Now coaching.
Yeah, over at CR.
His alma mater. Approaching 4:30 to play in this game. 16-2 lead for the Cape Henlopen Vikings.
Yeah, they stuck that last one in. And don't forget, we got one more game here for the DE Turf Game of the Week, and sponsored by the Army National Guard. It will be DMA girls soccer versus Indian River, and believe me, it's going to be a good game.
Right.
Those teams can play, and they're going to always there at the end of the season.
You're probably looking at two teams that are going to be a force in the state tournament.
Oh yeah, they'll be in there. Cape, nice movement, nice shot, a good save again though by the freshman. I gotta tell you, this freshman's got a good future going for himself here at Polytech. Aiden Steffen. Here's Cape Henlopen again, looking. Ground shot again.
Sticks it in.
It looks like number 12, Finbar Rishko.
17-2 Cape Henlopen, running clock at 3:30 to go.
He's our second double-digit scorer for Cape. Yeah, and Benny's, you can, like we talked about, I mean, this Cape Henlopen team is number one for a reason.
Right.
A lot of good players, a lot of good athletes, and very well coached and disciplined.
I believe Southern Division, because they now play, in the past few years, they've played a Henlopen championship game, winner of the North and the South. Well, actually, they played here. I believe Milford is the
right now, I believe so, yeah.
In the South.
We got a storm coming?
Hope it holds off 20 minutes.
I know. So down to 2:45 left.
They still have the big game ahead of them with the Vikings. Still the big game ahead of them with Cesar Rodney Riders, a big rivalry in lacrosse.
Yeah, of course. That's going to be a good one no matter what. .230 left. Good move. Ground ball, and there's a shot.
Another goal for the Panthers.
Yes, that is number 9, Connor Fuchs, getting on the board for Polytech.
Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the game. Yeah, one thing, Poly here scoring these goals late is, they're moving the ball around. They're athletic, but they're just seeing this second tier of Cape not quite as fast as that first group. That first group defense
is all over.
Yeah, they're all over people.
Believe me, I did the Archmere game last Saturday, and I was pretty impressed. And to tell you the truth, Archmere had the size advantage, but speed and physicality, man, and just pure knowledge of the game helps, you know.
Way this going. We could run out of time before everybody picks up the ball. There it
Nice
goes.
pick up. Nope.
Still down.
It's tough. Got a long pole. Here's. Oh, dispossessed again. Picked up by number 25 in the white, Max Wilson. Gives it off to number 14.
Minute 15 to go in the game.
Samuel Slater. Slater coming around behind. He's got the angle. He's going to shoot. No.
Off the back.
And that looks like it's going to be Cape Ball.
It is. Goalie's going to get hustle out there.
We do not have the goalie on the roster. That's number 20.
Under a minute to play here at Delaware Turf Sports.
We'd like to thank everybody for joining us for the DE Turf Sports Game of the Week, sponsored by
the Army National
Guard, and brought to you by 302 Sports. Me and Benny Mitchell have had a good time down here, but Benny, I got to tell you, that wind changed, and it got cold.
Yeah, I might set a packing record today. I mean, we've had October, November football games that weren't this cold.
No, not this windy.
Not with
either.
the wind, yeah.
Ooh.
15 seconds go in the game. Cape with the possession and a 17-3 lead. And
and again, Benny, we've had. Oh, there's another shot. No. Cape Henlopen's number one again.
Yeah,
and you can see why. But it was. I'm glad that Polytech signed up for this and had a chance to get down here, play at a facility like this, play a team like this, and be recognized. You know.
Right. Nick, let's just go wrap up right from here because we want to get. It's cold.
That's right. So appreciate it, everybody tuning in. From Benny Mitchell, Trey Mitchell up on the camera. I'm Nick Halliday from 302 Sports. We appreciate you tuning in to the DE Sports Game of the Week, sponsored by and.
Your final score, the Cape Henlopen Vikings, #1 ranked in the state, 17, Polytech 3. Folks, we'll see you back here for our last event at Delaware Turf Sports on May the 10th, Indian River and DMA. Get it up in soccer. Folks, have a good night.